Happy Monday, everyone. I want to apologize first. I did make a video last night to anyone who may have seen it, and I deleted it. It has to do with the Halbach case that happened in Manitowoc County, Wisconsin. I guess the biggest reason um, I did a video on it last night, and I kind of chickened out and deleted it, but I want to make one here and leave it up. I live in Wisconsin. I do not live in that county. I live in a county that, well, it's a couple hours probably a drive to that county where that happened from where I live. I did write some things down here because I want to make sure I cover it all. I want to make sure that we that I cover all this all. I watch my videos over sometimes, and I know I ramble on. I'm going to try not to do that. Okay. I wrote all this stuff down. It might not be in order of what I should say it, but I'm going to do it. It is horrible. I feel bad for the Halbachs. They lost their daughter, Teresa, forever, no matter what happens, like Steve Avery, he was convicted 18 years later, let out of jail. The Halbachs are never ever going to get Teresa back, no matter what. So first and foremost, I have the utmost respect for that, and I do, and my heart goes out to that family. But if the Averys are innocent, is that really justice for Teresa? I don't think so. I don't think so. Uh, uh, Now, I had just a couple years ago, I had a DUI case. I think I shouldn't have been pulled over. I think I was innocent. In Wisconsin, your first offense is a traffic violation, anyways. But I hired I think it was a good lawyer. Cost me thousands and thousands of dollars. And and once again, I do live in a different county than where all this other stuff took place. But there was attorneys from down south. I mean, I'm in the kind of the northern part of the state, north central Wisconsin, I guess. Um, but I had attorneys from all over the state, good ones, that told me they would not take a case in the county that I live in, and it's not even a murder case. So I mean, mine was just for drinking and driving. I mean, imagine the. I don't know if it's something. Obviously, the police problem and law enforcement is a broad range thing. I mean, I think everyone deserves to be treated fairly. It doesn't matter, there should be no racial prejudice, social, your racial status, your social status, your financial status should play no part in if you are found guilty or if charges are brought against you. Unfortunately, I know for a fact, growing up where I grew up here, just in the county where I live, and once again, it is a different county from where the Steve Avery case took place. But I know people that did things that got a slap on the wrist, or heads were turned the other way, and there's people that did things that were felonies they should have went to prison for, and maybe a few of them got a slap on the wrist, and different people that come from different places in life, they go to prison. That's not right. But I do want to say I'm not against all cops or police officers. I have a couple that I know here in town that I respect very much. It's just like anything, I don't want to brand all police officers as bad because I think that's horrible. I do think there's good ones out there, and I don't think we should be branding them all as bad, branding all judges as bad, branding all district attorneys, whatever it may be, as bad, because they're not. There's a lot of them that want to help, and there has been some that have helped me in some personal times of crisis in my life where they have talked to me, but on the other hand, there's some. I remember when I was growing up too. I have a flat tire on the side of the road. I'm fixing it. Two cop cars, no lights on or nothing, drive by. And I'm in a rural area. Wouldn't they? You would have thought they'd stop and asked if you needed help. Obviously, these aren't the cops I was talking about, the good ones. But if they thought I had drugs in the car, or they thought I had anything illegal in the car, they sure would have stopped. But they didn't. They wouldn't stop to help. Let me see. I'm not saying this Steve Avery or this Brendan is guilty or innocent, but they do deserve a fair trial. And I don't know if they got that. A lot of this stuff was on the news around here when it happened. And then when you watch the documentary on Netflix, a lot of that stuff is contradicting. And a lot of it is different. And that confession definitely needs to be looked into big time, that Brendan's confession. And we all got to think here now, what if they are innocent? Because they closed in on them so fast. And I don't really think that if I don't think, even in I don't think the cops actually would have hurt her. I think if they would have done anything, it would have been, maybe plant that blood evidence. And I'm not saying they did. I said if, but the biggest thing for me is, what if there's a killer on the loose here? There's a lot of, watching that documentary, I'm not pointing my fingers at anybody and who could have, committed this crime. But when they close in on someone so fast, you can obviously see that there was tunnel vision, on Steve Avery and his nephew. When they should have been looking at a lot of other people, checking their alibis out, doing things of that nature. I want fairness for everyone. And if Steve Avery is guilty, by all means, he needs to be in prison. If his nephew's guilty, they need to be in prison. I know nothing ever is going to be perfect. We're humans. That's human nature. We're never going to get everything 100% right. But in this instance, it just looked like there were so many things that were overlooked. So many things. And I'm looking at my sheet here, just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, I think I got everything. I'm not going to take this down from the internet this time. Comment like, don't like. I know a lot of people aren't going to like this. There's a lot of people from Wisconsin, I don't think that I've talked to, that feel like it should just be left alone. But things don't change for the better if we don't question them, and if we do just leave them alone. And it's a bigger spectrum. I do support law enforcement. Like I told you before, I wouldn't say a friends. I have acquaintances. Some I went to school with. There's a couple, really good guys. Oh, one more thing that I wanted to share. I didn't write this down, but I just thought of this. A few years ago, I'll try to do it as long as possible. This video is almost at 10 minutes. A few years ago, I had heard a church I was going here in town One of these police officers, he's in the sheriff's department, but he wants to get out. I didn't hear all the details on as to why, but he wants to get out, and he wants to go. I mean, I think he has his degree in criminal justice, but I know he works. I think he's a sergeant or a lieutenant, but he wants to get out, and I don't know why. All I know is that my preacher friend had told me he wanted to get out of this area. He wanted to go south and work with the Department of Transportation, the DOT, helping with the roadways and stuff like that. I don't know why, but it could be just something completely innocent. It could be because he doesn't like seeing vehicle accidents, or it could be that there's corruption and he doesn't like that. Just a possibility. But once again, my heart goes out to the Halbach family. My heart goes out to everyone that this case has touched. Everyone, they're all in my prayers. I'm not saying all police are bad. I'm not saying all government's bad. I just want fairness. I just wanted everyone to be treated fairly. And my prayers, my thoughts go out to everyone involved. And just remember, folks, be the change you want to see in the world. Thank you. Until next time.